Today, we are dissecting what is, arguably, the most significant schism in modern C++ development. It's a divide that separates the community into two pretty distinct camps. On one side, you have the ranges camp, advocating for declarative, safe pipelines for architectural purity. On the other, the raw Iterator camp, defending the necessity of pointer arithmetic, machine sympathy, and just transparent performance. So the central question is this: has C++20 ranges finally delivered on the promise of zero overhead abstraction, or are we all paying a hidden tax for syntactic sugar? I'm representing the ranges camp. My position is that architectural purity, safety guarantees, and the whole no raw loops philosophy are really the only scalable future for software engineering.
My position is that architectural purity, safety guarantees, and the whole no raw loops philosophy are really the only scalable future for software engineering.
Raw Iterator Camp. I'm coming at this from the perspective of, well, instruction counts, compilation tax, and the harsh reality of debuggability in high-performance environments. My view is simple. If the hardware hates it, I hate it.
Fair enough. Let's establish the framework so everyone is on the same page. For decades, C++ iteration was defined by the legacy of C. We moved from raw pointers to the standard template library, the STL. And the STL gave us iterators, but let's be honest, it retained the mechanical feel of pointers. You had to pass a begin and an end iterator to every single algorithm. It separated the data from the operation. You weren't sorting a vector, you were sorting a range defined by two iterators.
It was mechanical, sure, but it was transparent. And that's the baseline we have to remember. When I see std.sort v.begin v.end, I know exactly what is happening in memory.
True, but C++20 ranges represents a real paradigm shift. It solves the verbosity issue by allowing us to pass containers directly, standard.ranges.sortv. But the core mechanism, the real magic, is the view. These are lazy, non-owning adapters. We can now pipe operations together. You take a vector, pipe it into a filter, pipe that into a transform. It creates a nested type that, well, theoretically, enables the library to optimize traversal in ways a human might miss. It is elegant, it's declarative, and expressive.
It is certainly expressive, I'll give you that. It looks a bit like Python or Rust, which is nice for the eyes. But I think we need to challenge that abstraction immediately. The raw Iterator camp defends the old model not because we love typing begin and end, we aren't masochists, but because iterators are transparent. An iterator is effectively a generalized pointer. When I increment an iterator, I know with 100% certainty that maps to an assembly pointer increment, one instruction.
And you're implying ranges loses that one-to-one mapping.
Ranges replace that transparency with a thick, and I mean thick, layer of template metaprogramming. The key distinction in C++20 is that it decouples the type of the begin iterator from the end sentinel.
Okay, let's pause and define that for the audience, the sentinel.
Right. In the old STL, begin and end had to be the same type. In ranges, end can be a different type, called a sentinel. It just acts as a stop sign. This allows for some clever tricks, like infinite ranges or checking for a null terminator in a string without calculating its length first.
Which is a huge optimization for strings. You don't need an O of n stren call just to start iterating.
Theoretically, yes, but it bifurcates the whole ecosystem. You now have legacy algorithms that don't work with these new sentinels. My thesis is simple. The zero overhead abstraction promise, this idea that you don't pay for what you don't use, is currently broken. You are trading visibility for syntax, and the hardware is noticing.